appreciate that.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yep, I got it.
We got it, y'all. It's in there. It's
Well done.
this is on record. It's being recorded for all of posterity.
So
The
people would
whole-
hear me if I said hi.
Yes, everybody in the
hearing you right
future,
now.
everybody in the future, your great grandkids are going to hear you say hi, because
That's creepy. That's
this will
very creepy.
this will probably
is-
last forever. This will
A
last
little
forever.
creepy.
Yeah, well, who will all watch it though?
Probably anybody that wants to learn how to become the greatest, most connected artist of all time. I'm just kidding. I don't know. If the lesson's good, if people want to learn how to draw. So there's so few people in the world that can teach you how to draw, can kind of connect to like a piece. This was done in 1485. So the person that created this like has been gone for 85, what is that, 550 years, something like that. Anyway, but the drawing, the piece itself, it's like as alive and as vibrant as the day it was made. So it's like you can connect with artists through time and space. It's just like the most amazing thing. Anyway, let's get this thing fired up. I am going to not worry about the dandelions here. I'm going to not worry about these little, water plants. We're going to make the stream. And if you look at the left side, let's just like look at the left side. So there's two banks. There's a right bank and a left bank. The left bank is full of these little zigzags, and it's going to zigzag, but it's like almost like an S. Like an S is this way, and an S is that way, and an S is this way, and an S is this way, and an S is this way. But the sides are full of these little bumps. So I need everybody to choose one point, and that point is going to be in the middle, and that's where, I don't know if you know this, but like if you see a spring, like if the people like talk about like there's a spring, in the woods, it's like where groundwater, fresh groundwater comes out and it trickles down. So there's like aquifers beneath the ground that are full of water, and every once in a while they fill up and then they spread out. That's where streams come from. So if you just choose one point, and then let's do this first little passage. So we're going to zigzag. And then that's the left side. And then we're going to zigzag. There's the right side. So this is like the very beginning of the water. And there's a little rock in the stream. Yes. We put a little rock in there. Looks like there's a little shadow. We'll get into the shadows. But as this looked like it came out to the right a little bit, let's zigzag it back to the left. Zigzag to the left, and let's move it. Oh my gosh, there's that. You can actually see the water flowing. You see how the water flows to the left? Actually putting in ripples. So it's I don't know if this makes sense, but sometimes there's even like a little water fountain. Like when it comes out, it actually like can bubble. The water actually bubbles up. So I'm gonna draw that in there, like this little water bubble. Oh, maybe this wasn't even a rock. Maybe that was a bubble in the water. Wow. Okay, so what did we do? We zigzag it down to the left, and then we're gonna, whoa, look at that. Okay, so there's some plants. Let's just put a plant in this corner. So I'm gonna put a triangle for the leaf, and I'm gonna put a stem, and there's like this black diamond at the top. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. But I just want to identify where we are on the stream. And at this corner, there's like plants that grow out of the water. So there's like long, like triangle leaves. And then, in between the leaves, there's like stems that come up, and the buds up there, or like whatever flower it is, it looks like a black diamond. That's funny. There's if you guys ever go skiing, they rate like the difficulty of the mountain. Like the easy mountains are green circles, and then like the hard ones are like blue squares, and then like the advanced ones are black diamonds. And then there's like really hard ones that are called double black diamonds. I don't go down double black diamonds. I can go down black diamonds. Anyway, I've got 2 black diamonds at the top of my little plant here. Okay, so now the stream is going to turn back to the right. And I don't know if you noticed this, but like each time it turns, it seems like it gets a little bit longer. So I'm going to turn back to the, turns the corner this way, do the left side and then the right side.
And as it comes toward you, that little stream gets wider.
It does actually. Yeah, a little bit. It gets a little narrow in this part, but
Yeah.
just so we can, just so in your own head, people, just so you can kind of tell that water's flowing like downhill, like put in some of these little water indications. They're like little, it's like little ripples in the water that show how it's flowing.
Mine doesn't really look too great right now.
It's all right. We're still really early. It's going to look a lot better when we make it blue, and then the grass and like the bank might be brown, and then we'll have like green grass. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like grass everywhere, like these shards of grass. Anyway, it's all good. Just take it slow. Okay, so this went to the right. There's no real plant in this corner that's growing out of the water. But let's go back to the left. Okay, so that's the stream going to the right. Then we're going to pull this stream back to the left. All right, so if you look on the banks of the left side, there's little rocks. So that rock looks like it's a cube. So draw a little block there. There's another rock that looks like it's a round circle. There's another rock that looks like it's like a pyramid or a triangle or something. I'm just drawing little shapes that look like rocks because if you look at it, there's rocks on both sides of the stream. So there's the rocks on the left side of the stream, and then turns the corner. We have rocks on this side. And you guys know how to draw a rock, so you don't have to like copy it exactly. So maybe the rocks can be more like, you know, sometimes, you know, rocks that you skip, they're like kind of rounded. I like that.
Thinner.
Yeah, thinner, like flat and thin. Some, you know, some are triangular, some can be ovals. I guess that's what I was thinking, the oval. There's an oval right there. Okay, so the water's continuing to flow down the hill, and then it's going to make a turn. I think this is pretty much like the last turn. You watch how it turns the corner, and it flows down, and then it's going to go right off the bottom of the page. So I can actually see how the water. So I got the bottom of my page here. Nice. All right, so that's the bottom of my page. Cool. So I drew the water, but I didn't draw both sides of the stream. So now I have to like fix that. So here's the side of the right side. There's the side of the left side.
Excuse me.
You're fine.
Yeah, no, mine does not look quite as good, no.
Well, just kind of getting started.
Hold on, yeah, hold it up. And I'll see what I can see if I can help you. Hold on a second, let me stop the share. And then I will pin you. In. No, dude, that looks really good. Okay, so what you did is that you basically made the stream really long. Rather than being like sharp to the left, sharp to the right, sharp to the left, sharp to the right, yours went like a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. And so like your river is just longer. It's actually better because you can fit more plants in there. You know, when you look on both sides. Anybody else have any? It looks good. So everything on either side of that stream, we're going to add plants. We're going to add plants. We're going to add grass. We're going to add rocks, whatever. Does anybody else want to hold it up so I can see it? if you have any questions. Anjali, how'd you do? Let's see. Yeah, dude, you did. Yeah, it's the same thing. You guys all have these really long streams. It looks great. Nice job. Let's see. William, how about yours, boss? Can I see yours?
Excuse me.
Uh-oh. I think we lost them.
They're frozen. I don't think
Okay.
their connection is very good right now.
Got it.
They're frozen.
There it goes. You guys want to hold it up? William or Lillian? I got you pinned. You might have to adjust it. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So the one thing that you guys want to be aware of is that you have your plants kind of going, tilting to the right, tilting to the left. We still have gravity. So the plants are going to be growing up. So you don't have to erase it necessarily, but just when we draw the other plants, imagine that they're like on a ledge and they're just like growing vertically. Because of the stream turns doesn't mean that like things tilt to the side. The stream does bend, but the plants are still going to grow up as we go. Amelia, how about you?
These are coming right along.
Yeah, they look really good. I would just say that I'd say the same thing with your stems. Your stems, they can bend a little bit, but a lot of the stems are going to be straight up and down. I think this looks good. Dominic, what about you? Want to hold it up? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys can see, like, whenever there's a stream, it feels like almost enchanted. There's something like so healthy and fresh about spring water. And I have spring water near my house that I have like the special filter that you can drink out of it, but like you don't even need it. It's like so wonderful. And there's all this like moss that grows and like all these animals that come to drink out of it. And there's just it's just full of life whenever there's a spring. And if you find them, they're very special places. And that's kind of what's neat about this drawing, is that it's the point that the richness and the life that this spring kind of gives to this scene is really cool. Okay, let me put the share back up unless anybody has any other questions. Let's see, screen share, second camera. Nice. All right, let me move this over. The other wonderful thing about what we're about to do is, so I'm just going to do it on mine. You don't have to do this on yours, but like, if you look at the size of these plants, there's like one type of plant, there's another type of plant, there's another type of plant. And then in between the plants, there's like grass. So we're going to draw the plants first and then fill in the grass later. So the point that I'm trying to make is that when we choose a plant, I could put one plant here. I could put another plant here. I could put another plant here. You can put the plants wherever you want. So, it'll be your picture. So don't feel like just because we're copying a plant in a particular place, it doesn't mean that you have to draw it there. In fact, it's the opposite. You should kind of like draw your own. Oh my gosh, look at that one. Nice. I'm looking at this one right here.
Mhm.
And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, did somebody have a question?
Me.
Yeah, what's up?
Should you kind of just like space it out so that you can put grass in the middle?
Yes. When we draw these plants, you don't want to make them too close together, because they want to be able to like be in their own kind of space and not too crowded. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so one of the character traits of these plants is that they all kind of, if you know how the spring came from one point and it grew out of there. This plant, if you notice, it has a a point where all of the leaves are growing out of it. So if you like, I'm going to draw the middle of the top. So you have a stem that grows right out of the middle. And then there's like a leaf on the left. There's a leaf on the right. And then there's this diamond leaf in the middle. Which I know it seems like I made it sound easy, but that's what it is. There's like this curving leaf on the right, curving leaf on the left, and then this diamond shape leaf above. And I know the same thing happens on the right. So you do a stem, and we'll do a leaf on the left, a leaf on the right, and then a bigger diamond shaped leaf in the middle. And the leaves like have like have like a veins that come at that show like a classic leaf. So the fun is in finding the different types of leaves and then the different types of flowers. Do you see these little flowers on top? What? Do you think these flowers are coming from this plant? I bet you they are. Look at that.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
like this stem, and then there's like these little like ovals that look like look like a flower. As long as a leaf looks like a leaf and a flower looks like a flower, we can really improve them when we start to color. I think we're probably going to do like maybe, I don't know, like 3 plants, and then we'll start coloring. Okay. So this one had the right side, and I'll do the left side. So let me try the left. It's got a stem, and I'm going to do a small leaf on the top, a small leaf on the bottom, and then a diamond shaped leaf in the middle. And if you see the leaves, if you think you can do it better, do it better. We don't know what type of plant this is. Somebody who's a botanist, like somebody who studies plants, I think they'd be able to tell. I might take this to Valley View Farms. Valley View Farms is like a place where you can buy plants, and they got some smart people that work there. Look at all these other leaves in the middle. This is a little scary. There's like kind of a lot. I'm gonna do a small leaf, big leaf. And there's some really big ones. And then 2 small ones. I guess that's the idea. 2 small ones and 1 big one. I can't even believe I've seen this drawing a lot, and I did not notice these flowers that were coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so small. The leaves are so big, but the flowers are so small. It's crazy. This would be a part where maybe it's not such a bad idea to practice the grass. There's like small triangles, and you got to think about not drawing grass that you're looking at. It's almost like you're drawing a symbol for grass, and they're slightly curvy triangles. Curvy. Neat.
I have a question.
What's that?
Can we make
Yeah.
our own plants?
Yeah, totally. Let's try one more. The other ones that I'm seeing, oh my gosh, did we talk about that? We didn't talk about this. Look at this cluster right here. I just saw that that's growing out of the water. We can make these.
Yeah. And each has the 3 little circles on
Yeah,
each
so they're
on the stem.
there's like it's almost like it's grass growing out of the water, and then they have a long stem. What'd you say, Stacy? 3 circles? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, that's what I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. Stem, 1, 2, 3 circles, and then stem, 1, 2, 3. I think some of you guys saw that. I didn't see it though. There's this one that I was just about to do. This is the one that's at the very head of the spring, the very top of the spring. There's like seemingly big petals and then small and then like thin stems with circle flowers. They could be red, they could be, those flowers could be any color.
Oh, I know what color they're gonna be.
I'm gonna do a big petal. I'm gonna do another big petal. And it's weird. I'm kind of seeing them like discs. They're like large petals that they're like almost like wide tongues or something, or like like they almost feel like lily pads.
Yeah, and the lines that you put in the center of each one really gives it dimension, that curved line that you've added.
Good call. I think you're right. And again, they all come out of kind of the same spot. And then look at these. These are almost like fireworks. Look, imagine like a fireworks shooting up and then it goes, like explodes into a blossom. Stem goes up and then boom, circle. Stem goes up and then a circle. And you can put in as many as you want. I think this artist did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's at least 7 thin stems with a circle on top. Thin stem with a circle. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. Maybe we'll do one more tall one. Those flowers, if you notice the circles, they're kind of like they're kind of the same size, but like some are a little bit bigger and some are a little bit smaller. God bless you. If that was a sneeze, I'm not sure if that was a sneeze. Okay, I'm kind of in a cool position right now because I have these plants and I have this plant, and I think I'm just going to put some grass in between. So this might be how I like fill in the space between the plants. So doing these like jagged triangles that represent green grass. I'm also going to color it. So all of these marks that we're doing here are really, just like placement for color. So the marks, it's like a coloring book. Not like a color, it will be a coloring book. And if they have triangles in the area, that means it's green. Well, if you want your grass to be green. Let me make sure nobody's trying to get in here. Okay, good. Everybody's accounted for. Oh my gosh, look at that little plant. That's funky. Yeah, I'm gonna invent my own plant. That was a good idea. I think I'm gonna loosely base it off of this one, or maybe that one. I don't know. Do a stem, some leaves, and then a flower on top. Yeah, that's so fun. Totally invent your own. Sometimes I don't think about that. There's like there's the flower that you see, and then there's the flower that you see in your own head. And they can work together. That's fun. Look at this little grass over here. There's like these little teeny triangles of grass. And then these are a little bit bigger. And there's more rocks. So it is now 1:04. So my goal for the class was to kind of have have an area that's like kind of plotted out. Oh my gosh, look at these beautiful flowers here. They're like little trumpet flowers. It's like a stem, and then there's like there's a triangle and then a trumpet top. Yes. There's a stem, triangle, and then a trumpet top. Sorry, I know I'm going fast, but at this point, you guys can make your own flowers. You just want to, fill out a space that's like, a good size, and then you can fill it in with grass. If you spaced out your flowers, then you can, fill in the gaps with rocks. You can fill in the gaps with, little green grass marks. But the whole point is that we're like more than halfway through class, and I really want to start coloring.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
sure.
I've already started.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, if you've already started, that's good. I'm not trying to rush anybody, but you can always add more flowers later. But I just want to go through the process of coloring together.
The other flower that I think is really beautiful, on the very bottom left corner, they look like look like curly cues. And they actually look like the really, really, really tight grasses, but in the opposite direction.
Excuse me. I kind of erased my stream because I thought it didn't look good even to this point. I kind of erased it a few minutes ago. But instead of that, I filled it in with a whole bunch of flowers and like meadows and mountains.
Whoa, cool.
And did a sun and mushrooms and trees.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally adding mushrooms right here. Yes, great idea. Some mushrooms can have tall stems, and then others have small ones. Mushrooms are great. You could add little animals. I mean, I could add like a little mouse. What if I did like a little mouse down here?
Has anyone else started coloring?
I made a whole bunch of mountains
Dominic?
in the distance.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't have room for mountains in mine, but if whatever good idea you can come up with, like, use it. And this is like one of those times where, you have like an example, but you don't have to, you're not married to it. You can make it your own. I mean, you can put a little fish in here. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it. A little fish beneath the water. And I'll color over it, but still. I feel like it needs a frog too.
What if you put a shark in your stream?
So that's whenever you have when you have things that are not compatible, when you have things that like don't make sense, that is what oftentimes evokes a comedy response, like an actual laugh, because we know it's a stream, we know the size, and then if you put this little shark fin in here, it's like it doesn't fit. So there's two things that don't fit together, but it makes you laugh. It's really fun. I mean, comedy is a really wonderful art form. Actually, I studied
I put
that.
lily pads in my stream.
Say it again.
I put lily pads in my stream.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna steal your. Do you mind
Your
if I steal
frog-
your idea?
Your frog kind of looks like a pug's face. If you look at it closely, it looks like a little pug head.
It does. Oh, I'm gonna do a little. So I had in my neighborhood, we have so many toads and frogs. We have like tree frogs and toads in the summer. And so one day I collected a bunch of them in the morning and I brought them to school so we could draw them. And my fiance she was like, "Oh, don't do that. They're going to be so scared, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "They're not going to be scared. And besides, I'll put them back exactly where I found them. I'll make sure there's like lots of food." So I got these so I just drew an earthworm right here. I don't know if you saw that, but I got a bunch of earthworms and I had 3 frogs. One was a big frog, one was a small frog, and one was a medium-sized frog. So they were happy, we drew them all day. We set up a little video camera in there. So we worked, we drew them from the big screen. And I took them home, and it was like the sun was going down, and I took the medium frog out, I took the small frog out, and everything was fine. And I went to get the big frog, and I lifted him up, and he had collected all of the earthworms that I had put in there, and all the earthworms were alive. He was sitting on top of them and like holding them. There's like 3 of them. And I was like, oh my God. He was hoarding he was saving all these earthworms for food. And I let the earthworms go too. I mean, like they didn't even seem upset. They were just like trapped under this enormous toad. Anyway, I thought that was a funny story. So I did an earthworm near my frog. Well, maybe it's not my frog, it's more like a pug, I agree.
You should actually make a pug swimming in your river.
I don't think I have room for it, but
Does the frog look like this?
actually, can we please draw that dog? Can we please do a portrait of your dog?
Sure.
Okay. We're gonna draw your dog next week. I love pugs. They make the best art.
They do. They do.
I have an idea. What if you see your mushroom? What if you put like a little grassy like meadow beside it? Then you drew a wolf in the meadow.
Like draw like a miniature wolf. Like that?
Baby wolf.
Like a wolf in the distance, kinda.
I just drew like the smallest wolf in the history of the world.
He's shrunken.
Yeah, it's like have you ever seen, what's that movie? It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah.
Yeah,
love that movie.
the wolf just got shrunk. All right, I'm gonna do, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the edge of the banks of the stream, there's like these little lines that he puts to make the water feel like there's a reflection. So I'm gonna use a dark blue for the edge of the bank, and I'm gonna use a light blue for the rest of it. So wherever the water touches the edge of the bank, I'm gonna make the water a little darker.
Are
Your
you
mushroom.
still going to put in the lily pads?
I put in a
What was that?
couple of lily pads.
Oh, this is what I was going to ask you.
I'll
Are you
I'll
going to erase the shark fin?
No, I'm not gonna erase the shark fin. I'm leaving it. I'm gonna leave it. There's a couple more lily pads.
You should
Where's the
shade in the
shark
shark fin. You should shade it in and
I'm
make
gonna
it look
shade
like
it
that.
in what? Like gray? Should I make the shark fin gray?
More like a silvery color.
What do I have here? Oh, I think you ask and you shall receive.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I just saw your
Silver.
mouth.
I literally used the color pencil silver for my shark. My friend got married and I was a groomsman, and he had us all wear shark fin suits, which is like it's like a reflective gray suit.
He did not.
I swear, and it is a good. I mean, it's kind of a nice suit. I outgrew it though.
I'm not sure what to say about that.
I mean, I thought it was like I felt like I could have like worked as a used car salesman, but I made it look good.
Well, of course you did.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start adding some water. The way I'm gonna color the water is how the water flows. I'm actually gonna put the marks in as if they were flowing downstream. And honestly, markers might be better for this type of project. I'm not sure. I have markers downstairs, but they're not mine, they're my niece's. But at the studio, I have tons of good like super high quality Copic markers, and then not so high quality, but also effective. I mean, all right, there's my blue. And then my other thing that I was thinking about maybe making the instead of making the grass start immediately, I think I'm gonna make the side of the stream like more dirt, like more yeah, like dirt. I don't know, like somewhere where the rocks might be. And then
It is 1:15, in case you wanted to know.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, and speaking of mushrooms, I know a guy who's a like a mushroom expert, and I was on a hike in between Christmas and New Year's, and because we had like a weird heat wave, all these mushrooms like sprouted, and they were called oyster mushrooms, and you can eat them. And I was like, I'm pretty sure these are oyster mushrooms. And so I took a bunch of photos and I sent them to I sent them to the mushroom expert, and he was like, yeah, those are good. He's like, go for it. He's like, get them. So I harvested them. I picked them. I left a bunch. There was a bunch that were already like too ripe, and
Mhm.
then I made a beef Wellington out of it, which is
Yum.
basically like a fillet with mushrooms and in this like crispy dough. So good.
Do you
Anyway,
know what the app iNaturalist is?
no, I'm gonna write it down though. What is it?
It's basically where you take a picture of like an animal or a plant, then it gives you like an answer of what it might be or what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I have an app like that. It's called I think it's called Picture This.
Oh
And it's
yeah, I
cool.
know what that is, but iNaturalist, people use iNaturalist, but iNaturalist was taken down once, so everybody got Picture Me, kind of.
Yeah. So whenever you use those apps for mushrooms, they'll tell you what the mushrooms are. But they also say like, don't take our word for it because we're not, because it's just an app, so it doesn't know for sure. So I would not. I mean, there's one type of mushroom that can't be confused with another type, and it's called a morel. So if you see a morel, you can always eat morels because they don't look like any other type of mushroom. But these mushrooms, I would never eat them unless was a local. He was a local expert. Is that loud?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
I don't care.
All right, so I'm gonna fill in some of my greens, some of my light green grass, and then I'm gonna start coloring my plants. And I feel like the plants are where you can get a lot of bright colors. I'm gonna try and get some. I have the blue for the water. I've got the brown for the dirt. I could have used a brighter color for the dirt. But I got this light green for the grass, and I can put the light green around the grass marks, and I can fill in the grass marks too. Color pencils, you can go. Color pencils kind of work with the color of the paper too. All right, I got this dark green I'm going to use for these leaves up here. I kind of wish I had markers. We have to use some markers sometime soon. Markers are so fun. I only learned how to use markers within the last like 5 years. I used to think markers, were just for kids, and they're really not. I mean, they are. Some of the greatest artists working today use markers. A lot for illustrations, a lot of product design for making automobiles. A lot of advertisers use it. Markers are really, really a great way to quickly apply color. What color should I make those?
Are you gonna draw trees today?
Are we gonna draw trees? I will show you a tree. Let me zoom out a little bit.
I already drew trees.
Yeah, you can draw trees. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Can you guys see these trees? I think we have time to draw a tree. What am I talking about? Let's do a tree.
I already drew a ton of trees.
Well, I haven't drawn any trees. I haven't drawn any trees today at all. Okay, here we go. Here goes the tree. The tree needs to come out of in order for like the tree to make it look like it's tall, you have to kind of like draw the ground. So I'm gonna draw the ground. And then I'm gonna draw
Get out.
the roots where the tree enters into the ground. And then I got to draw the trunk. Now the trunk is interesting. It goes straight up and down. And depending on the type of tree, the tree turns into boughs. So boughs are really thick branches that come off of the trunk. So here we've got two boughs. And then boughs, they split off and become branches. So then I'll split this bough into two branches. It's actually really kind of interesting how it's almost like you imagine you have like your heart, and then you have arteries, which are the thickest veins, and then the thick veins turn into smaller veins, and the smaller veins turn into smaller veins. The tree trunk is kind of the same, and so you just go from the trunk, which is the thickest, into boughs, which are the next thickest, and then the branches, and then the branches can break into smaller branches, and then those branches can turn into twigs. So the smallest part is the twig, and of course, you have leaves that come off of the twig. And oftentimes the leaves themselves have little stems. So imagine if you have a twig and then you have a stem and then you have the leaf.
You should make all of your leaves blue.
I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to do the architecture of the branches first. So I'm going to go the other branch over here, and then the branch into smaller branches, and then that branch will turn into twigs. And then branch into smaller branch, and then into twigs. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. We'll do a branch over here. Do a branch over
You
there.
could slide the artist's picture a little bit to the left. Is that a little hut on one of the trees?
Yeah, it's not. It's a you see, it's like this is a stream here. Well, this is actually a stream, and then this is like erosion. So it's like the banks of the stream.
I'm really liking these color choices, Trevor, on your tree.
Thank you. Me too.
Mhm. It's like a
I
purple,
suggested
blue,
them.
aqua.
I suggested them.
Yeah, well,
Good
very
call.
well done. I like those. It's like a purple, blue, and aqua. Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, one of them is the one that I'm using is like a blue green, and it's called
Mhm.
it's called
Parrot green.
it's called parrot green, but it really leans towards blue. And then this one is called denim blue. So this is like
Okay.
blue jean blue. And I think I might use the outside one color and then fill it in another color. And then pretty soon, people, we got to start finishing up so we can have a look at what everybody did.
Yep, it's 1:24.
This class goes by so fast.
It really does. So fast.
These twigs are so funny. Trunk, boughs, branches, twigs. Ooh, I could do some grass up there too. Do some grass. Anything.
This is a very happy environment.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Liam, you're chilling. Are you finished yours? Liam,
Yeah.
you're chilling. You look so comfy. Are you finished? Can we see?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Let me take a peek, please. You're muted.
Might want to exit share screen though
Yeah.
for sharing.
Got
All right,
it.
here's the whole picture. And there's mine. There it
Oh,
goes.
wait, Trevor, want to see it? Can you wait, Trevor? Hold on, Trevor. Oh, oh, nice.
I think it looks better in color.
That's beautiful. It's happier.
But yeah, it's just you can like tell the difference between everything when it's in
Yeah.
color.
There's just a little mini wolf underneath a mushroom.
Yeah.
No big deal. Oh, I didn't realize that was the case. Okay.
And a monster mouse
Look at
compared
all
to
this,
the.
look at all this extra room I have over here. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share and then we'll have a look. Liam, do you want to go first? All right.
Oh,
You definitely filled that one out.
wow. Yeah.
Nice mountains.
Nice full page.
Yeah, you replaced the stream with some goodness.
Yeah.
Is that Toby? You want to go?
Nice mountains.
Sure.
That's it. Wow, look at that pond. Oh my gosh, the bunny. That's a great
Toby,
paper.
can you move that a little toward yourself, just a little bit, and freeze.
The turtle is a really good idea.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Really
Oh,
good
that's
idea on the turtle.
pretty. And I really like that plant with the stem and the circles coming out of it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
William, can I see yours? Whoa, look at that
Color.
world. So
A
you
little
did,
further
I'm telling you,
away.
those markers are fantastic. That's a fun page, man. Look at that field.
Little
Excellent.
oh, there you go. Freeze it.
Yeah.
Thank
Dynamite.
you. Yeah, I like that river or
And
stream.
Lillian, is that yours on the other side? Oh my gosh, you guys are working in the same notebook. That is spectacular.
Yeah, yeah. I
house,
really
yeah.
like that. That
Nice
tree
house.
above. Those leaves are beautiful.
Great work. Great work, team. That's good teamwork. You guys are a great team. Maybe you guys will be like art partners someday. Anjali, let's see it. The rainbow. It makes it.
Oh, hold on. Oh, here we go. A little further back toward you and freeze.
Yeah, with those mountains, the stream almost feels like a waterfall. It feels like there's waterfalls.
Yeah.
See
yeah.
that?
And the path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that. I want to go there.
So nice.
Amelia, can we see yours? Great work, Anjali.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, take your time. Who else we got? Dominic, you want to go? Want to show yours? Are you in a position to show it? Let's see it. Yes. Yes.
Hold on, let me get you up here,
Um,
Dominic. I don't
Yeah,
know why
that
you're
plant,
not
the
showing.
plant at the start, of that stream is amazing. You got the wolf howling at the moon. That is next
Oh,
level.
yeah.
Great work. We got to get you a pad that doesn't have lines on it. I mean, it's not that bad, but a blank pad it would be really good. That's great work, Dominic. Thank you for showing. And thanks
Yeah.
for interpreting it and like making it even better. This class does that so well. You know, that you take something that's a good idea and you make it even better. All right, Amelia,
Yes.
you're up. Did you finish in time?
Oh, sure did.
Great
Okay.
colors.
Hold
Great
that
colors.
nice and straight and freeze it. There you go.
And your flowers, man, they're so good. Thank you so much. Listen, people, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of information that you guys recorded in a really short amount of time. Liam, is that a good gunshot or a bad gunshot? That's a good gunshot. All right, cool. Well, listen, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, Mr. Twist.
Yeah, you're welcome. Keep stepping, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody,
Thank you.
You guys are so
Bye.
welcome.
Double thumbs up to everybody.
Yeah.